Well, Coach Grubbs, another big night for the Blue Devils Friday night in their win over the Bears. 7 members of the team scored points, and you put more than 60 points on the scoreboard. You must be pleased with their performance.
I was pleased with their performance. The kids came out ready to go. It was senior night, so they had an extra bit of focus there that they wanted to perform for their seniors that are going out on their last night, last home game, and to go out and put that many points on a pretty good Union City team. I was pretty happy.
The Bears moved the ball at times and put 8 points on the board, the only ones that the Blue Devils gave up at home this year. But the defense kept them out of the end zone the rest of the game. How'd you feel about the defensive play against the Bears?
We played pretty well. I mean, it did show us some weaknesses, things that we need to shore up this week to make sure that Iroquois can't take advantage of those again. But overall, we gave up the one drive early in the game, and then we made some corrections, and after that, I think they had one long run, but nothing, no real threats to the end zone again, and we shored things up and played pretty well. So, our defense is still rolling. When you give a team 6, 7, 8, 9 game films to look at, they're going to find places where you have some weaknesses. So, in a team like Union City, who does score 20 to 30 points a game, they put numbers up on the board, they move the ball. I mean, I think that was the 4th week in a row they had a 100-yard rusher. So there's no question they're a good, stout offense, good, hard runners. And if we don't shore up a few of those things, especially things like our tackling this week, Iroquois can cause us some serious issues.
Well, that win over the Bears on Friday night sets up a clash for the championship with the other undefeated team in Region 2, the Iroquois Braves. And it is at their home field in Iroquois. The Braves always seem to play a great game against the Blue Devils. This should be a great battle for the title for the conference championship.
Definitely. To repeat of last year, I'm sure that'll be an extra little chip on their shoulder this week. We took care of business last year here at our home field, and I'm sure they're going to think and they want to take care of business on their home field this year. It's something that everybody's kind of been looking forward to all year long. As long as everybody took care of business, we took care of our business, they took care of theirs. I'm pretty sure most people kind of expected this to happen. The best 2 teams in our region are facing off in the last game of the season, region game of the season, to settle that region title. So it's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it, and it's definitely going to be a challenge because Iroquois is a top quality team.
I walked through the locker room right before the team came on the field last week, and they seem relaxed and having a good time. This is a good group of players that believe in themselves, but still know how to take themselves not so seriously. When they come on the field, they appear ready to play.
I've said it multiple times. This is one of the biggest bunch of squirrels I've ever coached. But a great bunch of kids. They do like to have fun. They have a great time. They're always pretty loose. But it is amazing to watch that switch turn from the second they walk out of that locker room to go onto the field. It's quite the change. Sometimes we get nervous that they're not ready to play. But I think the one game this year that they seemed a little uptight was the game we came out and performed the worst in the first half at Cochranton. They were a little flat, so I look at it now and I kind of think to myself before the game, are they loose? Are they ready to go? And now, the other coaches and I have looked at it and compared it to ourselves, and the way they are before games is nothing like the way we were before games, but it works for them, and I'm not going to change a thing as long as they're performing the way they are. I think we'll keep things the same.
It was a very different team that walked on the field. I saw them loose and having a good time, singing, having a good time in the locker room. But when I walked along the sidelines before the game, there was an intensity.
Absolutely. The switch that turns on, even up to the last minute before, our pregame speeches and everything else. And last week was a little different. Hunter gave kind of an emotional pregame senior night speech to the guys, and it really kind of switched them up, and they really did turn on a switch last week, and from then on out they're focused on winning, and that's their goal, and that's what they want to do. So if we can keep that up, we'll be in good shape.
Last week for senior night, we had a great crowd at Baird Field, and the seniors showed off their dance moves, and the fans loved it. Over 9,000 views of that dance on Facebook since then, and over 26,000 hits on our fan page. How does that role of fan support and crowds play in firing up this team?
I think that it really does. The kids enjoy seeing the big crowds. It's fun to have the big crowds out there and know that kind of no matter where we go, we're gonna compete pretty well with the number of fans we have there. It's nice to the cheering and the excitement and everybody behind the team from even not necessarily game night but throughout the week. It's great to to have people walk into the gas station, and it's Coach Turner said last week he felt like it was Friday Night Lights. Everybody in the gas station was talking about the team and everything else, and it's fun to have that excitement around this team, and they deserve it. They've performed great all year long, and have put themselves in a position to repeat as champions this week if they can take care of business up at Iroquois. So, having the fans there and having that extra support is always a great thing.
It would be great to see a big crowd at Iroquois on Friday night with a lot of blue and making a lot of noise, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. It's always great to have the fans there. I know they're hoping to get a fan bus together for students on Friday night to get an extra crew up there that can't drive themselves. So, between that and the parents and the community members that are already traveling and following behind us, it's going to be a great night for football.
I know the team has a large following, even those that can't come out to the game. WXCS 92.9 FM covers all of our games and will be there at Iroquois. That we do updates on the Facebook page and Twitter. That's driven to our web page, and so there's lots of ways to follow this team, and I have to say I hope that those all those things are used, and there's a lot of fans that can't be at the stadium that are still behind this team.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I know my wife has to work late Friday night, so she's not going to be able to make the game, so she's going to be watching those Facebook updates and getting posts on finding out exactly what's going on. The guys at WXCS do a great job. I know people enjoy listening to their radio show. Listen tonight, 7 o'clock. We'll be back on there talking about this week's game. So, and they do a great job on Friday nights too. It's always nice to have those guys around with Scott and Matt and the rest of the crew. And we appreciate all the time that everybody puts in to make sure that if you can't make the game, you're still able to catch what's going on at that time.
I know you're on WXCS every Tuesday night. Is that at 7 o'clock?
Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Yep, Coach's Corner on WXCS 92.9.
Well, I know there's a lot of us looking forward to Friday night and the battle against the Braves. Any last words for our Blue Devil fans?
There's not too many times in life I want to wish away days, but I wish these next couple would go a little quicker. Looking forward to a great game. We've looked forward to great games all year long, and the team's performed well, and but this week I think is going to be a special one. So hopefully everybody can make it out, come up and see us, and hopefully we're able to take care of our business and repeat as Region 2 champions this year.